Hi, welcome back to Pasture Pioneers. In this video, I'm going to show you the simple steps to growing your own sweet potatoes from slips. And I promise you're going to be amazed at how easy it really is. My mother-in-law has been doing this for at least a decade or two, and we've been doing this for the last 4 years. So she taught me, and now I'm going to teach you. Let's get started. So in this video, we're going to talk about how to sprout your sweet potatoes and then what to do once you actually have the slips on the potatoes. So we started these back in February, and these are actually potatoes from last year's harvest. They were still in storage. They keep really well for us. They were still in storage. They didn't have any rot on them. They were doing well. And so all we did was put the ends in some water. And then after a time, after several weeks, sitting in the windowsill with sunshine, it put out roots. Then after it's had roots for a couple more weeks, then these slips start to grow. And so there's a lot of questions like, well, what do you do next? And on and on. So we're going to talk about that. My husband and I like to wait until they're quite a few inches long and have some leaves. So for instance, this one. And we just kind of pinch it off, just like so. And then we move it into another jar, or in this case, a glass bowl of water. And it takes a couple of days, but then they put out roots. Like this one here, or this one. You just want to try to make sure the leaves are up above the water. Like I think this one was kind of underneath the water. Once they have roots, the next step is kind of crucial. You can't just take these and put them out into your garden. It's best to start them off in some soil. Like, at least that's what my mother-in-law taught me. And I can attest that one year we skipped that step and they struggled to survive a little more because we had skipped putting them in the soil first. So what I have here right now is I have a bunch of slips that need to go into the soil. These are some of the last ones we've got to go in the garden. So I am going to get my soil into some of these containers and we'll start planting them out. I'm just going to get these little trays started with some soil. I'm not going to worry about filling them all the way to the top yet because we still want room for that sweet potato. All right, get a few to get started. So I'm just going to stick the roots here in the soil. I'm not too worried about it being totally perfect or anything. They just need to get in the soil. This is a potting mix. This is the Black Gold Natural and Organic Seedling Mix that we have here. We have really liked it so far this season. Mr. Stinkbug. How? Okay, so I just got 2 more here that have really rooted out. I mean, you want them to have a decent amount of roots ready to go. You don't want them to, like for instance, you don't want the roots to be too short, kind of like this one. They're going to take off faster if they have more roots. All right, so now that we've got these potted, I think we're gonna get some rain later, otherwise I would water them. And now I wanna take you to the garden and show you what we do with them once they've been in soil for a couple of days. So something I see floating around online a lot is, can you use store-bought potatoes for growing in your garden? This is kind of a controversial question, and the truth might just vary by where your potatoes are sourced, like so far as your store goes. For our sweet potatoes, we have just kept back year after year. I do think my mother-in-law way back when probably got her starts from a store. The beautiful thing about the sweet potatoes though is, like I mentioned, you just keep the potato, a few of them year by year, to then get more starts off of and grow more. So it becomes kind of a more self-sufficient plant. for your garden. But as for your normal potatoes, it's kind of a gamble to do that. We buy our seed potatoes that are certified disease-free, but of course, I know there's popular homesteaders who have successfully just used organic store-bought potatoes to grow their own. You will just have to do your own research and make your own decision. Once they've been in soil for a couple of days, we have bring them out to the garden. So we need to wait until the temperatures are staying above the 50s for the most part. It's okay if it dips down a little bit once they're established. We've had some wonky temperatures this spring, but we bring them out here and we kind of plant them in hills. So here's our first one of this row. And we just we put some compost down, we planted it, and then our favorite mulch of our medium would be wood chips. Thank you, Austin. We got a hold of some wood chips and we just lay it down really thick over these potatoes, and we actually noticed a color difference one year. When we raised them, we did half of the rows with wood chips and the other half with straw, I think. And there was a physical color difference in the potatoes that grew under the wood chips, and they were bigger, which is super exciting too. So the purpose of laying down a thick layer is to keep the weeds at bay. As these get bigger, they're going to vine and spread out. Some people don't like that. Because they vine out, you do have to allot space for them. And I know that's kind of the reason a lot of people don't like vining potatoes. But we plan for that, and sometimes like once they're established and vined, by the time stuff really is popping through the wood chips or whatever mulch you're using, they're already really established and they start vining and they just take over, and so weeds aren't really a problem. Like once they are in the garden and we mulch them, we're done. Like we don't touch them again until it's time to harvest. Comment below with your experience growing sweet potatoes. We'd love to hear from you and hear about the different kinds of sweet potatoes out there. We have some pretty awesome videos coming up soon, including more on our meat chicks and also more about the garden. We have been busy bees out here getting stuff out, getting our transplants put in, and we're so excited to share all of it with you. Thanks for watching. Please hit the like and subscribe button, and we'll see you next week.